Hello everyone. I don't know what's going on in here today. The light looks different. I've got it all set up how I normally set up. I've shut the curtains and I've put the light on like I normally do. But it looks different in here today. Seems a bit darker. I'll tell you what, that orange, that is out of place, isn't it? It's a peach rings candle. It's lovely. So it looked a bit out of place, didn't it, in the background, but that's gone now. Anyway, I'm a bit chilly. I've wanted to come and see you all to tell you about my time and my visit to the East Anglian Yarn Festival, which I did this weekend that's just gone. It's Friday today. And I just wanted to show you some of the things I bought. And I did a little tiny bit of vlogging, but don't watch that because it's rubbish. If you want to watch a vlog about the East Anglian Yarn Festival, don't watch this one. There'll be plenty more. Sorry, this dress is doing something weird today. There'll be plenty more on YouTube. I've seen Ellie from Craft House Magic. She's got one. And Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful, she was filming as well. And I'm sure there'll be lots more. So if you want to watch a good vlog about it, go and have a look somewhere else, because this is not the one for you. If you want to watch me worrying about being in a van, then this might be the one for you. But I just thought I'd show you what I bought. I got lots of presents as well, which I might show you as well if I have the time. Well, I'll show you a few of them. Definitely, I've got a few here. I've got some in the other room as well. I wasn't expecting to get presents from people, goodness me. But I had such a lovely, lovely time. Oh, hang on, before I start, the reason I'm doing this now is because if I do this with my normal video where I show you my knitting and crocheting and stuff like that, this will be too long. I've just remembered something I forgot in the other room. Just a second. You're not even going to know I've gone. Hang on. See, I'm back and you didn't even realise. I've started using one of my purchases already and I forgot that was in the other room. Yeah, so if I was to, I think I might have just said this, if I was to put this with my normal video, it would be too long, and I've got some other stuff to tell you about today as well, but I'll leave that to the end. It's some bad news. I'm sure that the people who follow me on Instagram will have seen and heard the bad news, as will the people who I saw this weekend. But some people only watch me here on YouTube, so they won't know. So, but I'll save that to the end. Anyway, I had a lovely, lovely weekend. We were going to stay over, but then we've got a lot of people to come home to and to sort out, and we were only 45 minutes up the road, so staying over was a bit extreme. I did say to James, if we were to go shopping in Norwich, we wouldn't stay over if we were going to be finished shopping by 5 o'clock, so let's go home. But I don't like our car for travelling in, so, and also it's full of work stuff, James's work stuff as well, like nails and concrete, tiles. There was a sink in there one day, so we decided the money for the hotel would be better off hiring some sort of vehicle to take us there. I had in my head like a people carrier or a car with a big boot, but James got it in his head he really, really wanted to get a van. He told me it was going to be cheaper and it would be the only way that we could fit all the stuff in. So after a little while I said, yeah, okay, we'll get a van, because he was going to drive it. So we got a van, and the night before we went, I put everything that we needed to take with us on the mat in the front room ready. And I think then when he saw the little pile of stuff, he realised that no, we don't need a van, because all we had was a big bag full of bags, a box of teddy bears, and this, and that was all. Oh, and a pair of scissors just in case I saw some loose thread. We didn't need a van. Oh, and this rail, which still hasn't been put up in the loft. I've said when this goes up in the loft, I'm going to need my spring mugs brought down as well. Oh, and a card machine. All this stuff, I was very pleased that I'd already bought. I'm going to sneeze, hang on just a second. As well as presents and purchases, I also bought cold home with me as well. Anyway, yeah, I was very grateful to have all this stuff already, because I'd already bought it all, hadn't I, ready for last year, but I couldn't go because I had COVID. I haven't got COVID, by the way. I didn't catch COVID. I've done a COVID test, haven't got that. It's just a cold. Yeah, so, yeah, we didn't need a van. It was so sparse in the back of the van. But you'll see me moan about that in the video. I'll put that in a minute. Yeah, we didn't need a van. I knew we weren't going to need a van. And of course we were going to have to take Lizzie on the second day. We needed to get a car that could accommodate 3 people. So we had to get a big van so that 3 people could sit in the front. Oh, it was ridiculous, but never mind. I didn't actually mind the van on the Sunday, but I did not like it on the Saturday, as you'll see in the video in a little while. I'd practiced setting up my stall the day before, and I managed to get it done quite quickly, and then I managed to get it all set up in half an hour on the actual day when I got there. And I got it all set up. So what I think I'll probably do now is insert the vlog footage that I have filmed. Now, I've already said, don't think it's going to be good, because it's not. It's dreadful, this footage. But I'll include that now. I'm going to have to stop, because it's easier for me to stick things together than it is to slice them and then put them in. I've just this minute decided, because I'm a nervous wreck, well, why aren't you pressing the brake button, James?
What are you talking about? 2 miles.
I've just decided that I thought, of course I've got a stall. People say vending, don't they? But I say I've got a stall at the East Anglian Yarn Festival this weekend. So I've just decided, because I don't like this at all journey, that I would vlog it. I've got James, look, he's got things on his eyes because he's
I've covered my eyes.
no, you can't cover your eyes to get rid of his dark circles. I don't like it. We've got a van, and I feel like I can see more than I need to with the journey.
You don't need to see a lot, you just need to sit there.
I know, but he keeps telling me things about the technical things of vans, like, oh, it's got six gears, and I don't know what to do with 6 gears. I said, I don't need to know that. I'm bad enough in a car. I'm worse in a van, aren't I, James?
Yes.
I'm so high up, James. Why are we...
Get to the back.
I will get in the back. I wish I was in the back. Pauline's in the back. You'll see her in a little while. I'll show you what I'm knitting. I've bought this with me. It's massive long rows, which require a lot of concentration. nice mosaic knitting. Oh, look, James, I haven't done my nails. Look. People are used to it though, aren't they? This is called the Fluorescence Shawl by Amber O'Brien. I think there's over 500 stitches, so I thought this was good to knit in the car to take my mind off the journey. Poor old James. I said to him, we were going up the hill on a roundabout near where we live, and I said, I can tell you now, I'm going to be a nightmare. Didn't I? We don't even need a van. I've been saying. What?
Because speed limit.
What are you saying that for? Yeah, but we don't even need a van. You should see what we've got in the back. It's embarrassing.
Sparse.
I hope that no one looks in the back when we get there, because it's so sparse. Have you seen those videos online of Willy Wonka Land? That one in Glasgow. That's what it's like in the back of the van. It's just Pauline and a load of bags. Right.
I'm just hoping it's not more full when we go back.
Yeah, probably will. We might go back with more. I've purposely worn nothing hand knitted or handmade. You've got handmade socks on there, haven't you?
Yeah.
What was that, James? Right, I better go. I just took a picture of myself instead of filming. He's just told me that the van has got a thing on the screen that tells you when to change gear. So now I'm worried that he's watching the screen and not the road. This is where you go to the dinosaur park, James, isn't it, down here?
I don't know.
This, oh no, not this road. There's one road up here.
That's where you got stuck.
I got stuck. I went on a training course with work. It was an induction. And it was the most ridiculous place in the world. I don't know. Did anyone watch that Mr. Bates versus the post office thing? It was like the village hall, middle of nowhere, where they picked to get to do this training. And I had to pull out and turn right onto the, what is this road?
A17.
Is it the, I thought it was the A47.
Yeah, might be.
Well, whatever road it is, doesn't matter, does it?
No.
I had to turn right onto it and I could not do it. I got stuck. I just didn't have the guts to pull out over two lanes of traffic, and people were actually going round me. And that made it even worse. Of course I cried. I had to turn the radio off. My foot was permanently on the bite point, so it was shaking like this. Oh, it was awful. I can even remember what album I was listening to when it was all happening. It was not a good experience for me. Are you going 61, James?
I think you can do, yeah.
Can you go down, please?
I don't know that you can see the dial.
59, that's more. We're here. And we've set up. I don't know what I'm doing, but it'll be alright. The toilets are lovely. Have you been in the toilets, James?
Yeah.
They're really nice. I'll film my stall. Oh. Bought a little bit of everything. I've got these new frilly purses. James, you did put the tags on the bags for me. Got quite a few fluffy bags, pandas, patchwork, bears, more bears. I bought my dresser, you can see, can't you? My friend Charlie bought me these, what are they called, tulips, my favourite flowers. And then I've got all sorts of bags down here. Oh, hello, Pauline. Where's Jasper gone? I don't know, I kicked him. Oh, Pauline. That's horrible. Jasper, you come up here. I've been telling everybody all day that I don't like doing this in public, James, that I'm making a video this weekend, and I've just realised I haven't filmed anything. And to be honest, I haven't got a lot to say about it now, James, have you?
Me.
We've had some presents, including some special favourites which we've been very grateful for, some chocolates which we've been very grateful for, and some cakes which we've been very grateful for.
Canadian maple syrup.
And Canadian maple syrup.
And sock
And
yarn
some,
for me.
yeah, sock yarn for James. And we've had some Canadian chocolates which we've been eating as well. We've met lots of people. Oh, I feel so silly. How are you looking forward to the journey home, James?
Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to getting a takeaway tonight. I've bought something. Shall I show you what I've bought? I've bought this. This is the new Pixie Yarn Club. I need to ask her actually which way it goes. So I've gone for the DK version this time. Do you remember, well, if you've watched me before, you'll see the stripy blanket that I've been making with her, look at my lovely nails, with the one from last year. This year it's the Footsteps Yarn Club, and this is number 1. She has got something made out of all of them on her stall, but I said I didn't want to see it. I'm going to go and ask her which way round it goes. Should I start this end or should I start that end? I'll go and find out. I've been and checked, and I am to start, there's my lovely nails again, with the blue and go to the yellow. I'm itching to get this started, but I've got bigger fish to fry, so it's just going to have to wait. See, I told you that was awful, wasn't it? So that was my stall. I put a few pictures in as well. I was really pleased with it and how it looked. I wanted it to look like you were in my house, and people said that is what they said. Oh, it's like being in your house, so that was good. And I also wanted it to look like spring, and I think it did. I was pleased with it anyway. So yeah, we had a really good day, and I just really liked it. I liked meeting all the people. Sorry I'm slouching, but I'm cold. It was nice to talk to people. I was really worried about that side of things before, because I was worried. I don't know what I was worried about, but I shouldn't have been worried, and I hardly slept the night before. I was worried about my stall looking rubbish. I was worried about how much stuff I'd made. I was worried about meeting, hello Lillian, meeting people. Oh, she's off. Oh, you know what I'm like. I was worried about everything. So I got up very, very early after falling asleep very, very late the night before. Sorry about this dress. I think I'm just going to sit like this. I've actually got the wool and stuff to make a wrap cardigan, so I think that is what I will have to make. Yeah, I needn't have worried. It was lovely. We were bought special favourites by people, cakes, chocolates. You'd have just seen that. We were very, very well looked after. And I think that we were very well looked after by the organisers as well. I thought that if we'd have needed anything, it would have been easy to get help. Now, this is going to sound silly, but I found something about the whole thing reassuring, and that was the presence of what are they called? St John's Ambulance first aiders walking around, and I kept seeing them, and I like that. And the reason is, and I know you're going to think I'm silly, but because I used to be a nurse, and people know that I used to be a nurse, when anything goes wrong, people always come and get me. And in a big social thing, and this is what I'm like on a train, or anywhere where there's a lot of people, I always worry that there's going to be some sort of medical thing happen and I'm going to have to help, and then I won't know what to do. I know that sounds silly. So it was very nice to have people walking around whose job that would be. Anyone who has been a nurse in the past, or anyone who is a nurse now, you'll know what I mean. You probably won't get the anxious bit that I'm talking about, but that's how I always feel. Even in a doctor's waiting room, I think, oh, I don't like it. That's why I gave up nursing. I was too nervous about it. So that was good. The toilets, well, I love the toilets. Anyone who saw me that day, you'll know that I liked the toilets. They were so... There was never a queue for them, and there were a lot of them, and they were new, and I just felt like I had the whole place to myself. James said, when we were in the van on the way there, he said, I think I'm going to have the toilets to myself, aren't I? But there were quite a few men. And he said that every time he went to the toilet, he used a different cubicle, but I stuck to the same toilet all weekend. I used the same one every time. James found out, because there weren't any mirrors in the toilet, that there was a mirror in the disabled toilet. Now, if you were the person that caught me coming out of the disabled toilet, I didn't use it. I just popped in there to have a look at myself in the mirror. I was really worried about that as well. I thought, oh, people see me coming out of there, they might get cross with me. But I was just going to look in the mirror. I didn't even shut or lock the door. I kept it wide open. And I thought, I know as soon as I go in here and look in this mirror, someone's going to come in and catch me. And they did. Yeah, so the toilets were nice. One thing though, the water was cold in the hot tap, but I don't know whether... I didn't ever try the water in the cold tap, so maybe the taps had been put on wrong. But that's no problem. That's no problem at all. What else can I tell you? The food was lovely. We had brownies, popcorn. We didn't realise that there was tea and coffee making facilities for people who had stalls. And on the first morning, James was desperately waiting for the coffee stall to open. And then he went off and spent quite a lot of money on coffees and teas and all sorts of things. And then we found out that there was facilities for us to make them ourselves, which we used for the rest of the time. So that was good. That was good. And I'm sure there was information about that, but we just missed it. Cool, is this boring? Yeah, so I think I made... This is another thing I was worried about. How much stuff do you make? I don't know, because I don't keep stock. I tend to... I just don't have stock. I haven't got anywhere to keep any stock. And I was just thinking, I just don't know how much to make. And I've had to keep my shop going for the whole of the time as well. So I've had shop updates. I've also had my spring bunnies, but they've all gone now. So I've had to do my my festival preparation in between the normal stuff that I do as well. So I have been working quite hard, but I think I made just the right amount of stuff, because I sold a good amount, and then what I didn't sell I've put in my shop for other people as well, for people who couldn't make it. And all I've got left are these two friends here. Oh dear, what was that? Oh, that was I put a piece of paper in the top of this, no, fabric in the top of this box, so people couldn't see what's in it. All I've got left is Roz, the teddy bear, who's named after my mum, and Rose, the teddy bear, who's not really named after anybody. So I've got these two here. And then I've got just two frilly bags left. They're all Liberty. I've got that one there. and this yellow one here, and just a couple of frilly notions pouches, and that's all I've got left. If anyone wants those, I've put a link to in the description box to my shop. I actually nicked a frilly bag for myself. This bag I made on the first day that I started preparing for the yarn festival, and I loved it, and it's been on my stall and it didn't sell, so I thought, well, that's meant to be. And it was the first one I made with this frilly design that I made up, and I've kept it for myself. Look, I just love it. And I kept the teddy bear who matches it, because I just love the print of her dress and I really like her face. So that was meant to be, that these came home with me. You are my friends now, aren't you? And this has got my Spring Lamb Teddy Bear Club knitting in it, which I'm going to go and do when I finish talking to you. And I can't remember what I was going to say now. Yeah, so the stuff, I think I got it right. I think next time I'd probably take a few more of my fluffy bags, because they were quite popular. So I'll probably make a few more of those. But otherwise, yeah, I was pleased. So the next day we turned up, and I found the morning really busy, and I just didn't know what the time was the whole of the time I was there. You know, like the days between Christmas and New Year when you don't know what's going on. It was like that. I just didn't know what was going on all weekend. Oh dear. Shall I show you what I bought? Because I actually went shopping on this Sunday with Lizzie, because Lizzie was with me. Yeah, Johnny and Meg stayed at home, but she's 13 and very, very trustworthy, but she's not that confident about being by herself for a long period of time. So she came with us, so she was helping. So me and Lizzie decided that at 3 o'clock on Sunday we were going to go shopping, so we did. Now, this was the first thing, was it the first thing I bought? My neighbour to the back of me, I'm sure I put the business card in here. Oh, it's all tucked in so nicely. I haven't had any of this out yet. The company is called Felt Wildly, and they sold lots of needle felting kits and supplies, all sorts of stuff like that. And this little fella was on their stall all weekend with his back to me, and I thought I would really like to treat myself to one of those. So I bought myself a kit to make Romeo. He's lovely. It's got everything I need and a complete tutorial kit. This kit contains wire. I don't know what these things are that it contains. I think it's a list of the different wool that's in here to make him. It's got a foam pad, a tutorial booklet, and yeah, so I will make Romeo. So he will be in the video soon. And yeah, this kit was from our neighbours, Felt Wildly. Oh, they were lovely. They kept giving us chocolates and grapes and all sorts. They kept us well fed, and they had lovely dungarees on. Very nice ladies. That's Romeo, so he will be making an appearance soon. I'm so sorry about this dress. It's really getting on my nerves. I'm absolutely freezing. What can I put on? Well, I have got my dressing gown behind me. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to put it on. My mum bought me this. It's not really a dressing gown. It's a fluffy house coat. It's got no, you know, tie around the middle. Oh, yeah, that's better. Right, so another one of my neighbours was Ducky Darlings, and I went round to her stall. She was what was that? She was providing me with Haribo, Hayley, and I wanted some DK, and I bought this one, which is called Wicked. I just love this green colour. It took me a little while to decide the shade I was going to make, because I want to start making more DK socks. Wicked, and yep, it's a 75/25. Look at all those lovely greens. So I've got that. Lovely. Also, like, I've got everything in this little bag here. Also from Hayley, I got these because I've never tried these before. Chalu Lace, and I got them in 4mm with a 100cm cable. Because that's the size I tend to use when I'm knitting a shawl. Although the shawl that I'm making at the moment, I think it's a 3.75, but usually it's about a 4mm, isn't it? The ones that I normally use, it's a higher sharp, but it's got a tiny little bite in the wire that Mr. Bobkin did. God, he used to love a circular knitting needle, that boy. And it is annoying, so I thought I'd try these because I've seen people talk about them. I actually didn't realise that Hayley sold knitting needles until I saw them there. God, I'm excited about that now. I haven't really looked through this bag very much. This is from another neighbour of mine. This is called Hip Hip, and it is a 80/20 mix, and it's DK again. The colour is called Hip Hip, and it's Answorthprin, and they were my neighbours. That was the knitting shed, and I was looking at this lovely conker shade. They had a pair of socks, a sock, knitted up in this colour. Oh, it was just lovely. But I was going to make a hat out of this, but I think I'm going to make the hat out of the next colour that I showed you. So that's that I'm going to show you. So that's that one. And then I bought, this is the hat I'm going to make. So people selling patterns, which I thought was really nice. This, oh no, am I going to be able to say it? Well, it's a hat. I think it's called Ambith. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And it's by Kath Andrews Designs. And it's a beret style hat in 4 sizes, worked from the centre of the crown down to the brim. And it means forever in Welsh. It's lovely. It's cabled and it's a DK. But when I looked at it on the stall, it looked like it was made from something thinner. But it's just worked on smaller needles, 4.5s. So that's, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's got cables on it. You'll be able to see it when I've made it. It's a lovely hat. You see, when you've got a bob, there's not, well, I can't get away with wearing many hat designs, styles with a bob. I just look like the hair's been stuck on at the sides. And the fringe as well, that doesn't help. I hope you can make out that. Yeah, so that's Kath Andrews Designs. Yeah, it was really nice having people selling patterns. So this is the wool that I've got to make that out of. I know you're going to think it's a bit bright, but I think that'll be lovely. And I bought this from this exact lady here, and that's 7 Magpie Studios. And she told me that she is a knitting teacher. So if you want to learn how to knit, this lady would help you. Don't come to me, I've got no patience. I'll tell you all off for not getting it. It's quick enough. I'd say get out, go on, but I'm sure this lady would be very patient and help you. I don't know if she does online classes or whether she like you have to actually go, I don't know, but that's her website. Oh, I'm dreadful at this, aren't I? And I got this. This is made by Ginger Twist Studios. That's where I bought my sock blockers from. And this is 100% merino wool. And the colour is Brighter Than Barbie. Ooh, I love Barbie. I love Barbie movie. Oh, this is the show guide. I was looking for this. Oh, I've just had a message from Johnny. It says something about friends coming round. I'll have a look in a minute. There's my little bit there. And some of my bags. Row E. And then I bought this pattern here. The Fen Flower Shawl, and this is by Wild Woolers. I think that these ladies sold wool as well. Lovely, lovely pastel hand, you know, like naturally dyed. And that's that pattern there. I've got a thing about shawls at the minute. I want to make a lot. So I've got that. And then I bought this pattern book here. I was at this store with Lizzie and 2 ladies that I'd met at my stall, and we kept seeing more stuff going, oh, look at that, look at that. It was all cat stuff. So this is Choose Your Own Cat Sock Adventure by Marna Gilligan. And there was this version and also a DK version of this book. But there were samples of everything on the stall. Oh, it was lovely. Ooh. Choose your sock, choose your colours, choose your heel, choose your toe. Oh, I didn't realise that. Now, which were the ones I was attracted to? Yeah, these ones here. Cat Garden. I love them. I haven't looked properly in this bag since I got back, actually. And then there's this one, Polka Cats. Beautiful. So you'll be seeing some of these crop up. And then on my first day, there was something that I really wanted to get, and it was the first thing I bought and the only thing I knew that I definitely wanted. So it's the new Pixie Yarns Club. You know the stripy blanket that I've been making? That's done now, but I'll show you that in my normal video. Oh, lovely and warm now. But I bought the next club, which I knew was going to be there. Well, you've seen this, haven't you, in my video, but I'll show you what I'm making with it. It's the Footsteps Yarn Club. And I believe that this is based on Sophie, who is the dyer of Pixie Yarns, her walks. And the where she goes changes according to the seasons. Oh, I hope I've given you the right information. But what I'm going to make with this, or what I'm making with it, is a Battenberg blanket. Oh, it's lovely. So I went for the DK one this year, and I've started to make my little squares already. I've used all of the first colour. I've tied them together because they were all, and I've even sewn in my lines, sewn in my ends. Right, I'm in a bit of a muddle with that, but that's the first one, a blue. And then I think this was the next one, which is a bluey green. And this is the next one, which is a greeny blue. And then this one, which is a bit more green and mossy and yellowy. And then this one, which is here. I haven't finished doing that colour yet. And then this is the last colour. So this time, there's 6 minis per pack. And there's going to be 4 instalments of the club. quarterly, I believe. I'm sorry if I've got that wrong, Sophie, but I'm pretty sure that's what you told me. But oh, I do forget sometimes. So I've done nearly all of the coloured squares, but now I'm having a bit of a break and doing some of these, because I know if I just do all the coloured ones, the hand dyed ones straight away, these ones will never ever get done. So I've started these as well, but I'll tell you more about this next time. So that was another purchase. This video's gone on for way longer than I expected. Yeah, I just had a lovely day, and that's what I bought. I could have bought a lot more. I could have spent a lot of money, but I haven't got a lot of money, so I didn't. So I didn't. But I think I bought quite a bit of stuff, didn't I? I'm really pleased with what I bought. Yeah, we got given lots of presents, but I don't think I've got time to show you them all now. Of course, I've got something else to tell you as well, just in case people don't already know. But I found it, I loved it. I'd love to do it again. I'll apply again next year. Whether or not I get in is another thing. They probably won't want me back, but we'll see. I had a lovely time. And I did spend some time ruining other people's vlogs by acting awkward and not knowing what to say. Funny, isn't it? When it was time to pack up on the last day, it took us, we were in the van within 15 minutes and on our way home, and we were home by 5:30 and the show shut at 4:30. But we're quite efficient packers and setter-uppers, and I think that is because of the Christmas room, because we managed to do a whole room, well, 2 whole rooms in a day normally, well, less than a whole day. So just setting up this bit, it weren't too bad for us. Yeah, but it was lovely. But I hope to go again next year. If I don't go selling stuff, I'll be there as a customer, definitely. But you might have, but that's all I'll say about the Yarn Festival now. But I've got some bad news now. You might have noticed this picture in the background, or you might have seen it on the stall. It's Friday today, and 2 weeks today, unfortunately, Doug died. He'd got really poorly over the last couple of weeks before we took him to the vets, and we could tell he wasn't enjoying his life anymore. He wasn't purring, and he wasn't even sitting comfortably. I know that sounds silly, but he wasn't. So we had to make a horrible decision. But I think it was the right decision to make, because he was, I could just tell he wasn't happy. And if you've had animals before, like elderly animals especially, or well, any, and you just know. So I haven't got Doug anymore, unfortunately. Well, I won't get a cat like him again, will I? Never. Yeah. So I thought I'd better tell you, just in case you hadn't seen my Instagram post and you hadn't seen the picture of him on the or you know, if you'd noticed the picture of him on the stall. But yeah, he's gone, which is awful. I really miss him, because he was Well, he was my baby, really. But yeah, I wouldn't have been able to fit all this in with a normal video, would I? Look, 'cause it's already 27 minutes, and that's without all the vlog stuff and the stuff I filmed before. Oh, I'm sorry to end on a miserable note, but oh, that'll make Lillian bark. Yeah, I that's another thing. You see, hang on a minute. I've pulled myself together a little bit. I'm sorry to end on such a miserable note. I'd say that having to get ready for the show was a very, very welcome distraction as well. I think if I hadn't have had such a... Oh, hang on. Sorry. I was saying... That's the loudest dog bark I've ever heard. The dog's got such a deep voice. Can you hear it? Hang on. I swear that dog outside waits for me to sit down before it starts barking. Oh, I can't remember what I was saying now, but oh yeah, it was... I think if I hadn't have had such a busy week getting ready, I also made sure I got my spring bunnies out as well before I went. If I hadn't have had that to do, I do think I would have cried 24 hours a day, but I managed to limit it to like 20. Yeah. But I'm very, very sorry to end, as I've already said many times, on a sad note. But it is sad, isn't it? I am going to go... Oh, I've been saving something for this week to do, because... Oh, the dog's getting on my nerves. Lillian, come in here. Come on. I wanted to have a bit of a rest week this week, but however, I've still got quite a lot of stuff to do. So I've saved my Teddy Bear Club knitting to do this week, so I can sit down and relax but still get stuff done. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm trying to watch Oscar nominated films. I've watched Oppenheimer. Oh, I don't know what was going on in that film. It wasn't my favourite. But today I'm either going to watch Anatomy of a Fall or Poor Things. So I'm going to go and put that on now and do some more knitting. They're nearly all done. But I'll be along back in a few days' time. No. I think I'm going to have to say a week or so's time before I see you again, to show you all of the things I've been knitting and crocheting. And also to show you the things that I've got for my next shop update, which is going to be a bunny themed update. You know my bags, the ones I make with the fluffy bags. I've got some bunnies coming, so I'll look forward to showing you those. I know people have been waiting for bunnies. Well, they're on their way. So that's it, and I will see you all soon. Thank you ever so much to everybody who came to see us on the store, come and said hello, or bought something, or even bought... I wasn't expecting any presents. I haven't got time to show them today, but maybe I'll show them as I use them. Yes, I'll do that. And yeah, thank you to the people who fed us and kept us watered. It was I know that sounds silly, but yeah, we had... Yeah, it was just lovely. We felt very, very well looked after by everybody, and it was just nice to meet people. It was like when people said, "Oh, I've got one of your things," and yeah, it was nice to put faces to names. It was lovely. Yeah, so thank you everybody, and I will see you all again soon. Bye bye.